It's the time of the year when everybody's kind of rounding up and making the state of the collection videos. So why the hell not? First of all, Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a great time. Second of all, I would like to thank you. I started this channel 9 months ago out of curiosity. Now I love making the videos for you. The community around is awesome. I love responding to comments. A lot of those watches, or some of those watches, a lot of the straps I use are based on the comments I get from you. So thank you again. There was a lot of watches that I sold and I thought I would never sell. And there is a lot of watches that I bought that I thought that I would never buy. There is exactly 20 watches in front of me, which is way too much. I would eventually like to trim down my collection to about 12. The problem is, I don't really want to get rid of any of them. I'm waiting for a suggestion now. I might as well start where it all started, with my first watch ever, first real watch ever, and the watch that even started this YouTube channel, my Orient Kamassu. The emotional value is way too high for me to ever sell this watch, so it's probably gonna stay with me forever. As you can see, it's currently on this lovely NATO strap that actually came with my Helm Vanuatu. Spoiler alert, Carl. It is a really solid piece overall. Yeah, it's not perfect. Yeah, the bracelet pretty much never left the box. The crown is way too small and slippery, but it's got its magic. Especially this black color variant, I think it's severely underrated. Let's get Casios out of the way, shall we? Every single watchnet is gonna have the G-Shock Square. This particular one is the Solar Multiband 6-1. I've had it for quite a few years now. Works flawlessly, it's my main sport watch. It's going nowhere too. And of course, a little bit of blink. That's the thing with Casio, you sometimes buy them without really wearing them. I honestly almost never wear this one, but it's a really cool piece to have. Sometimes I just put it on for a couple of minutes and then just take it off. It feels way too small for me, but I just love the design. My daughter likes playing with it, so. Then there is the F91W that I bought for my wife. I love the color on this one, it's a bit different. I never really wear it to, my wife. The most recent Casio pickup. And of course I don't remember the reference number. It is an edifice line, green. The reference number is way too long and let's just call it the green Casio. To be 100% honest, I only bought this for a review with the intention to sell it. But I can't kind of part with it. Partly because my daughter really scratched it and I don't feel comfortable selling it anymore. And partly because I really like it. 6900. It looks the way it looks because it's my main manual labor watch. It's all covered in paint and dust and everything, and this is a definition. If somebody asks why G-Shock, this is why. Arguably, it's like the least practical watch I ever had. It's barely legible, the angle has to be perfect, then you can read the time, but it's got its charm. This is a watch I don't really need to introduce. It's a Helm Vanuatu. Absolute beast unit of a diver. ISO certified 300 meter overbuilt ridiculous testosterone watch. I keep switching NATOs and rubber straps. I don't think this watch is going anywhere anytime soon. But hell, I need to sell some. Another microbrand watch, and a watch I haven't made a dedicated video about, but it has been featured in a lot of my videos. Because the watch is absolutely awesome, especially for the money. It is the $4 Cambrian watch which you could have bought at its launch for $200. And has literally no mistakes. Everything about it is perfect, if not perfect, good. The only weak point could be the clasp. It's just nothing fancy. Everything else, the bezel, the crown, the finish, the bracelet, everything is great. The reason why I haven't made a video about it is because you cannot really buy it. It was a limited run, they're gone. San Martin 62 Mas. And yes, it is a homage, but it's such a well-made watch. Crown action, bezel action, there is a reason why San Martins are so popular. And to be 100% honest, there are actually a lot of the design details that I like on this watch more than I do on the Seiko SPB 141. Mainly the frame date window, which Seiko for some reason doesn't do. On this tropical rubber strap, the watch is a cracker, it's super comfortable. I don't really see that one going anywhere. But hell, I need to sell some. Another watch I haven't made a dedicated video about is this. Yeah, it is a strong homage again. I was kind of an impulse buy when I found out about guys from 55fathoms.com. Awesome people, I got to talk to them, I found out how they make the watches, and I just had to get one of those. And I don't regret. The watch is superbly built, like a tank. And there is a watch I think can get me a lot of hate because I changed my Hamilton khaki for it, and that's this Bowdary Voyager bronze. I'm not a big fan of Hamilton khaki. In my opinion, it's one of the most overrated watches ever. For what it's worth, this Bowdary feels like everything that Hamilton khaki should have felt like. It feels very robust, super well built. Watch, however, I will probably never sell off. as my Citizen Pro Master. This watch is not going anywhere. This watch, to me personally, is the definition of reliability. I think this is the watch I would honestly take if there was an apocalypse. Nothing about this watch is made in a way that it's supposed to look more expensive than it is. Everything about this watch is made in a way it does the job it was designed for. There is something strangely honest about it. Okay, I think we are moving a little bit up in the food chain and to the watch that, in my humble opinion, is the most beautiful chronograph ever made, and that's the Bulova Lunar Pilot. I pretty much haven't changed the strap since I got it. I put it on this leather one that came with a $4. Design of the dial is so sophisticated that you can only appreciate it when you see it from up close. There is so many layers, so many details. The movement is the absolute best quartz you can get for that money. It hasn't lost or gained anything since I got it. It's a reference watch to set my other watches. This watch is not going anywhere. Never. Sticking with the chronographs, I don't really think I need to tell you why I got this one. It is the Seiko Flightmaster. It is a design that I think Seiko fails to replicate ever since they made this. Maybe the deep black glossy dial together with the highly domed crystal, I don't know. You can actually use it as a GMT thanks to this alarm clock that kind of works as a second time zone if you want to. Moving on to my most recent pickup, and one of the watches that I thought I would have never bought. Rather, brands that I thought I would never buy. And that is Luminox. See, I always knew that Luminox existed. I always knew that they were popular with law enforcement and soldiers and stuff. I handled a couple of them and they felt incredibly cheap for what they are and the money they charge for. I somehow always thought that I would be better off with G-Shocks. That is, until I got to try this. This is a discontinued model, the SXC GMT. Quartz, of course, in a forged carbon. The watch is absolutely giant. Friends, look at it next to the Panerai homage. There is a lot of design decisions that I just don't understand too, but hell, I love this watch. Like, you would have to experience to wear it on the wrist. Yeah, I don't want to sell that one either. Well, watch I cannot really sell under known circumstances is my vintage Prim 1956. It is a manual wound, almost never wear, only for very special occasions. Like, I love the not fake patina. The watch is 70 years old, still ticking. My first Grail watch that I will 100% never sell, Seiko Alpinist, 1959. Not only it was a gift to my 35th birthday, it is the watch that I wanted ever since I started watch collecting. It sits in the binder, so it's always ready for me. And I don't know, there is something about it, about the design, about the way it looks. It's almost deceiving because it kind of looks dressy and fleshy, but it's very robust watch. It is, after all, the Prospects line. As you can see, it's not on the original bracelet anymore. I currently have it on this absolutely awesome ripped NATO strap. Most of the straps you see here are from cns.com. This is not a partnership. I buy the straps with my own money. I only recommend them because I really like them. Next watch is not my most worn watch this year. That's only because I got it in November. Otherwise, it 100% would have been the most worn watch this year. And that's my Bulova Devil's Diver. There is absolutely nothing I would like to change about this watch. Maybe a movement. But everything else is just spot on for me. The design, the color, the crown, the bracelet, even the clasp. It's all there. For me personally. And it's got 666 on the dial. Come on, my most worn watch this year. And it's easy to see why. Citizen Fujitsubo. When I made the review of this watch, I said, it almost looks like that somebody got into Karel's head and designed a perfect diver for him. Almost, not quite there. I still think it is the best value watch you can buy under $1,000. Not the best watch, the best value watch. There is no other movement that would be 4 Hz, anti-magnetic and that robust as this. I don't babysit this watch. There is not a single scratch on the titanium. It is not perfect, however, like bezel action is unremarkable if anything. The crown is a bit small, but at least it's grippy. I don't know, I just love it. I really do love it. And that leaves us with only one watch on the list. And that is a watch I actually got by mistake. Not so long time ago I ordered a watch from watchdives.com and that was the Addis Dive GMT. After a couple of weeks I received this one. They sent me a watch I didn't want by mistake. To be completely fair, they were really nice about it. They apologized, they reimbursed the money if I agreed to keep this watch, which I did. I said at least I'm gonna make a video about it and see how it goes. I don't see this sticking around. I can't really find myself liking this watch that much. First of all, it's a bit too small for me. Second of all, I don't really know what to wear it on. The watch doesn't look good on NATO, and as you can tell, I'm kind of a NATO guy. But if you're curious, let's stick around for the full review. All the watches out of the way. The problem is I only want more, I don't want to get rid of any. Okay, if this was your collection, which ones would you get rid of? Let me know in the comments. Again, I wish you Happy New Year. I hope you had a great Christmas and see you next year. Cheers. My name is Karel and this is Watch.